Lucasfilm's plans for Star Wars New Jedi Order era have reportedly been revealed. It will be similar to the Mandoverse. It will begin with Daisy Ridley's upcoming film. It will gradually build towards a major event that brings together characters introduced in past films. Yay!
Said no one ever. What's up, all my Ewoks, tribbles, droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as that Star Wars girl, and in today's video, I'm actually going to be talking about Star Wars because a lot of Star Wars news just dropped this past week. Now, back at Star Wars Celebration, they announced this new movie called Star Wars Starfighter, and the big reveal was that Ryan Gosling was going to be the star of this new film. Now, if this was real, like George Lucas Star Wars, I would be jumping for freaking joy because I'm a whammon. Whammon love Ryan Gosling because they're probably like me and grew up with him as like this heartthrob idol because he played Noah in The Notebook. And I understand, you know, a lot of Star Wars fans are men and you guys don't like sappy movies like The Notebook, but us whammon love him. We love him. And he built her a house, like, ah! And also, I know he was in Barbie, and I hated that movie, but he played a fantastic Ken. He's a freaking great actor. So hearing that he was going to be in Star Wars usually would make people, like, jump for joy. But unfortunately for him, this isn't real Star Wars. It's fake geek girl Disney terrible fan fiction Star Wars. Which sucks because he's such a fantastic actor. This would be like so awesome to hear. Like if this was in like the 90s or the 2000s, everybody would be losing their damn minds, but it's not. It's in the hands of a company that literally shit on the fandom and the IP that they spent $4.5 billion buying. Like, it's so insanely frustrating. But then also there is this news that this chick, I've never seen the Pearl movies, so I don't think I've ever seen her in anything. I don't know anything about Mia Goth, but apparently she's going to be in it. From what I've seen people say, she's a good actress. I'm just not a horror movie fan. I am the biggest scaredy cat on the face of the planet. I still haven't seen any of the Friday the 13th movie. I've never seen a Freddy Krueger movie. I have seen Halloween, though, and that is still nightmares. Jaws terrifies me. I can't go in the water by myself, so I'm not a horror movie fan. I've heard that she's good, though. And then, of course, the big announcement, again, is about Matt Smith being in Star Wars. And he was already supposedly in Star Wars back when they were filming The Catastrophe, which is The Rise of Skywalker. There was rumors going around that he filmed scenes as young Palpatine, which I don't know if anyone at Disney knows. There's this great book out there called Darth Plagueis. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, like Darth Plagueis the Wise. He supposedly was like so powerful that he could stop people from dying. Does anybody remember that? I know Kathleen Kennedy hasn't because remember, they don't have any source material like Marvel does. They don't have comics or books. Yeah, they don't have any freaking source material, right? Well, since Kathleen Kennedy, the woman that runs Lucasfilm, doesn't know about this, well, I'm going to give you guys like the Cliff Notes version. So in this book, it's about Darth Plagueis. Darth Plagueis, who trained, who is that character? I don't know. Is that Palpatine? Oh my God, crazy. So he's young in this book, and it talks about how Darth Plagueis meets Palpatine and Palpatine's rise to power. And then finally, spoiler alert, if you didn't watch Revenge of the Sith, how Palpatine defeats Darth Plagueis. So, if I was Disney and I already had this well-known, beloved, phenomenal actor signed on to play a younger version of this character, if only there was source material for a story for him. And if I was Disney and I was apparently struggling for content, wouldn't it be wise to, I don't know, look at the freaking source material that already exists? Sorry, Matt Smith, the movie's not even out and they already done you dirty. So that was their big announcement, was that it's going to be Ryan Gosling, Matt Smith, and Mia Goth. They're all going to be in the Star Wars Starfighter movie. But if you're like me and you follow Star Wars and Star Wars news, and you guys know what it's like when they do this big presentation and announce all these awesome upcoming Star Wars projects, they become a meme because Lucasfilm, in particular, has a tendency to make these big announcements for things that never happen. Like, look at all these Rangers of the New Republic. That was supposed to be a show that was like Gina Carano was the head of. Did that ever see the light of day? No. Rogue Squadron, is that happening? No. I don't think this droid show happened. The Lando thing isn't happening. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of these shows that were announced, or movies, did not happen. There was also the Rey movie that was going to be directed and written by Charmaine Obaid-Chinoy, who's some like political activist and feminist, and that got announced and then quietly canceled. And then there was the Taika Waititi movie that is never gonna happen either. I have a hard time believing that this whole plan that Lucasfilm is announcing, like Mandiverse, Daisy Ridley's upcoming film, that was already shelved and canceled. Mind you, that movie, the Daisy Ridley movie, was supposed to be this movie. They already announced that they're not doing that they're not moving forward with it. So, are you sure this is going to happen? Unless they, just got rid of that woman and they hired someone else that, will actually bring people to the theater. Like, James Gunn, where are you? Oh yeah, that's right. Disney canceled you, kicked you out of the MCU, and so now you're over at DC making them that money. And before my comments get flooded with all you debating about James Gunn, I'm not saying he could fix Disney Star Wars. Because he can't. No one can at this point. The only way to fix Disney Star Wars is just to erase it and pretend like it never happened. Will they do that? Probably not. I don't, I like to keep hope alive, but that's probably never going to happen. Now, I bring up James Gunn because if anyone can do an ensemble cast, make it fun, bring in obscure characters, and bring normies to the theater and get normies interested and get kids interested in an IP like Star Wars that has been so damaged by Disney, if you want to get them interested again, you need someone like him to do it. He's the one to do it. Do I think he's the perfect person to be directing or making Star Wars? No, I don't. But if Disney wants to Lucasfilm wants to fix the situation that they put themselves in, he'd be the best way to go, in my opinion. But the people in charge of Star Wars right now are freaking retarded if they think this is what people want. Because it's not. So instead, we have two phenomenal actors, and I've never seen this chick in anything, so I can't attest on her acting ability, but from what I've heard, she's good. So 3 potential phenomenal actors, and they're all going to go to waste. Possibly. Or, maybe it'll follow in the paths of all those other movies, and it'll never happen. However, I do think that this film will probably see the light of day, only because Ryan Gosling is involved, and he and his team get things done. Now, I hope for their sake, and for Star Wars' sake, it's good. I don't have high hopes because it's being made by Disney, and also this is in the Disney Star Wars universe, so the potential is not very high. And considering what they have to work with, and it's not their fault. It's the idiots like Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy that set everything and everyone that's now in Star Wars up for failure. And then the last little snippet of Star Wars news before we wrap it up is Tamar Morrison said he is not going to be reprising his role as Boba Fett. For those that don't know, he played Jango Fett in the prequels, and since Boba Fett is a clone of Jango Fett, he was able to, play himself or his clone as Boba Fett. Now, I would highly recommend, if you guys haven't seen the show and you guys are a fan of Boba Fett, avoid that terrible catastrophe of a dumpster fire shit show at all cost. Go and save the precious memories you have of Boba Fett being this badass, mysterious character. Save that, treasure it, because everything that you loved or liked or cared about or had any interest in with Boba Fett was completely destroyed in that show, and I felt so bad for this actor because from everything I've seen, he seems like a standout dude who really cared about this character. I mean, everybody made fun of him when he was in The Mandalorian because he was like dad bod Boba Fett, and then he's like, yeah, I'm old, but I'm gonna get back in shape, and he did. Like, it's awesome seeing people that actually care about these characters and actually care about Star Wars. Crazy that, the actors, the help to Disney care more than the people that actually own it. It's kind of mind-boggling. Like, could you imagine if these types of people were in charge of Star Wars, like how good we would have it? But no, we can't have nice things. But lucky for Boba Fett and all of us, and even the actor, he has not been asked to come back and reprise this role, so they're not going to mess with Boba Fett anymore, or at least not in the foreseeable future. Just to put this just in perspective for everyone, George Lucas made his very first appearance at San Diego Comic-Con, and he had the most attended panel at all time with over 6,000 people. I actually know for a fact because I was there. It was closer to 6,500 people in one room who were camped out for almost a freaking week just to get into the same room as this man. So the whole narrative that, oh, nobody likes Star Wars anymore, or we're not getting the numbers because it's Star Wars fatigue, is completely freaking bullshit. People still care about Star Wars. People still love Star Wars. They just don't care or love or like Disney Star Wars. But they do care about George Lucas Star Wars, the real Star Wars. If only Disney, Kathleen Kennedy, and everyone under the branch of Lucasfilm actually gave a shit about Star Wars, I would have good news to report on instead of all of this stuff that is probably going to be canceled. And it sucks because I love Star Wars. I wanted Disney to succeed. I was like morbidly excited about it when it got announced. I was like, oh, they're probably going to like Disneyify it. But, you know, I get more Star Wars and instead I get fed this absolute shit and I'm being told it's this gourmet meal. And it's like, no, I'm not stupid. I'm not falling for it. And I'm also not a shill. You can't buy me because I'm a real Star Wars fan. And my loyalty is to Star Wars, not your, you know, hush money and exclusives to shit I wouldn't even care about, shit I wouldn't even pay about, shit I wouldn't even want if it was free. But alas, this is the world we live in and the reality we're stuck with, unfortunately. But anyways, guys, I can go on and on all day about Star Wars because I love Star Wars and I absolutely hate what they have done. And again, oh, we don't have any source material to make good stories. Yeah. Bullshit, Kathy. Bullshit, Kathy. I'm a whammon and I know about this stuff. So you can't use that excuse, hon. But anyways, everyone, I could go on all day about Star Wars. I mean, you guys have watched me here on my channel for years and years rant about it. So before I go off on, you know, another 10 to 20 minute rant, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments about all of this. If you guys made it this far through the video, thank you so much. You guys are total MVPs. And just a little code so I know you guys watched all the way through. Let me know down in the comments who you're more excited about to see in Star Wars or who you would be more excited about if it was like, you know, potentially good Star Wars. Matt Smith or Ryan Gosling, let me know down below in the comment section. I want to know which team you guys are on. And again, thank you so much for watching. Please smash that like button if you haven't already. And if you guys are new here, welcome. I hope you guys like my channel and my content. I do a lot of fun stuff here. I talk about pop culture, Star Wars. I'm talking about Star Trek too, and you know, just kind of everything that is under the pop culture nerdum guys. But Star Wars is and always will be my #1. So smash the subscribe button if you guys are already not subscribed, and make sure you guys ring that little bell for notifications. Make sure that it's set to all, that way you guys actually get notifications when I post videos and new content, as well as do live streams. I do a live stream every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on my channel. It's called TSWG Live, and I, you know, talk about current topics, and I also bring on fun guests. So if you guys are new here, make sure you guys check that out. And until next time, I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the Force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone.